live.
Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Midst. I am so thankful you're here checking out these videos, and I hope that they are an encouragement to you and that maybe you're being encouraged and learning something from God's Word. That is the entire goal. So if you have been able to catch the last of our videos, we've talked about the Proverbs 31 woman, and we've went through the first 5 attributes that we find in this chapter. So today we're going to talk about part 6. And what do we find here? We find that she is prepared. So I'm going to start in Proverbs 31, and we're going to read verses 21 and verse 21 and verse 22. Everything that I read is going to be from the King James Version. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She maketh herself coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. So maybe you're thinking that it just talks about them, the kind of clothes they wore. Why is that important? What does that have to do with being prepared? You know, why is it significant? So let's look into this a little bit. And first, I want to start again with saying, you don't have to know how to sew to be a godly lady, but if you do know how to sew, please pass that skill on to the next generation. That is something that I wish I had, that I've tried a few times to pick up. I just can't. And to try to teach yourself, over YouTube or something, for me, it's just really hard. But I also have 2 children that I don't have that skill to pass on to them. So if you know how to do that, please share that with someone else. It's one of those things that's becoming a lost art. But if you don't know how to sew, then that's okay. I don't want you to get hung up on that. So the point is being prepared. Do you find yourself struggling with certain needs your family has? Let's look at a few examples. School starts about the same time every year. It's always in August. Some states, like ours, has tax-free weekend, like the first weekend in August, and that's when a lot of people do their school shopping and all of that. But how often do you wait till the last minute to go find supplies, and now you get to the store and they don't have anything? Now you have to go to 3 or 4 different stores to get something, or you just have to, maybe order it, or you have to send your child to school without it until you can find it because everyone's doing the exact same thing, right? That is nerve-wracking. That's frustrating because now you're fighting the crowds. You're trying to buy the things that your child needs, and you can't. They're just simply not there. This is not being prepared. We know these things are going to come every year. It's not a surprise. And maybe you're thinking, well, financially I can't this weekend, or we're even trying to save up for all of July. If you know this is something that you struggle with, then maybe start a budget, and we put $5-10 a week every year starting in January, after we get done with Christmas, to put that aside. And so now we've got $200 by the time August comes, and we're gonna be able to get clothes, and we're gonna be able to get supplies. There's things that we can do to be prepared. You don't want to wait till July 1st to start saving when August 1st you're gonna get that school supply list, unless you can start saving a lot. Maybe we take some of our your tax return, or maybe you get a bonus at work, or something you can set a little bit aside, so the beginning of August isn't so hard for you. We know something more on a simple scale, that our family needs dinner every night. I know there's days where we get busy, you go to bed the night before and you forgot to put something out for the next day, and now it's 5 o'clock and our kids are hungry and our husband's going, hey, what's for dinner? And we're like, I don't know, let's just go get something. That's not being prepared. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with going out to eat or getting pizza, but if it's because, we do this 3 days a week because, I don't know what's for dinner, dinner comes at the same time every day. We need to be ready for that. The same thing goes for Christmas, birthdays, anniversaries. These are literally the exact same day every year. It's really not a surprise. It might get here faster than you feel like it. It's already the end of August. My anniversary is next month. It's like, man, didn't we just do this? But
we haven't done it.
It's been a whole year. Here we are again. We rush out a day or two before, especially on Christmas, running around like a crazy person trying to find gifts. Not to mention the stress this adds. You're out in the crowds, you're out, and now you can't find anything, and now you're getting desperate. This just adds to the busy schedule we already have, and it adds to your financial burden because now you're overspending, or prices are more expensive now than they were 2 months ago, and now I can't find anything, and now it's just more expensive. When you plan ahead, especially with your meals, for me, my opinion is the best thing to do is to meal plan. So you want to write down all the meals that you want for the week, the list of items you need to make those meals, and you go grocery shopping according to that list. I don't always do that, and when I do, I spend $300 because I'm like, oh, I might want that this week, and oh, that looks good. Now we've got 3 weeks of groceries, which is fine. Just don't do that every week because that's just kind of crazy. But it's good to have some food stored away, but it's can also be a burden, especially if you're not financially able to do that. Or you go grocery shopping and you get a bunch of small stuff, and you get home and you spend $100, but you don't have anything to make a meal. That's not being prepared. If grocery shopping, if school supply shopping, if Christmas shopping, if this causes stress and tension in your marriage and causes you and your spouse to argue, then you have to make a plan. It's not worth arguing for a couple hours, a day, a week over things that have to be done because we don't have the money, because we aren't ready, because now we're going out the night before the birthday trying to find things. It's going to be so much more beneficial to your stress, your finances, and the health of your marriage if this is something that's causing contention. You can break the cycle, and that's something that you have to do. Every year this happens. Every year, Christmas is coming and all those things, and every year it's a fight. Break that cycle. So what we see here in Proverbs 31 was that she was prepared with clothing for her family before the winter snows came. It wasn't winter and now we can't get out of the house and there's no clothes. I mean, they made a lot of stuff back then. You couldn't just go to Walmart and go buy t-shirts. But she had the material there to make those. She didn't wait till the first snow came to go get other supplies either. They were here. She was prepared for the snow. They had food, they had clothing. She knew about when the snow was going to come. We know when winter comes every year. And I don't know how many of you guys are from the South, but when the meteorologist says there's going to be snow, you give it about 3 hours, and then you go to the store. There's no milk, there's no bread, there's no eggs, and it's a madhouse, and there's traffic everywhere. Like, no one ever leaves their house until the guy says there's going to be snow, and then the whole town's out all in the same 3 stores, and it's just crazy. She wasn't doing this. She was prepared. Think ahead. That's all you have to. You can't be prepared for everything, and I know that, and I'm not saying you have to be, but simple things like this that are causing stress, causing a financial burden, causing you to be like, be prepared for those things. And maybe it's just grocery shopping. Maybe you stress about, I don't know what I'm going to make, and now I don't have this, I don't have that, I have to go to the store right now, or I can't make this. And that just, it's stressful, and that's not planning. You're not being prepared. We all have different needs, different obligations, different financial situations, different things of what it means to be prepared. So just make sure those things are right for your family. If you're married, talk with your spouse about ways to plan ahead, be prepared for needs that come up in your life. Make this a matter of prayer to the Lord. He's given us examples of being prepared, and he's said, if any of you lack wisdom, to come to him. Ask him. Ask God, is there something that I'm not as prepared in as I should be? God, finances are tight. I don't know how to get prepared for this. Can you give us ideas? Show us what to do. And he will. You just have to ask, and you have to trust him. Let's see. God cares about the details. All the aspects of your life he cares about. Basic ways to begin are to have a savings account. I'm not a financial coach, but you don't have to be a financial genius to handle your finances wisely. But if you do struggle with that, then I would suggest going to Dave Ramsey, following those steps. We listen to him. Definitely recommend that. He also has social media accounts that you can follow and get little, snippets of tidbits from. That's really good. But there's so many resources today from other people. If you have a friend that budgets and they've got savings and they're doing okay financially, no matter how much they make, ask her to help. Go to your deacon, go to your pastor's wife, go to your financial secretary at church and say, okay, I don't even know where to start. This is German. I don't know where to start. I don't know what this means. We don't have the money, but something has to change. I need your help. They will help you. This isn't something that is super secretive that's only to an elite group of people. You have resources and people to help you. There's going to be adjustments that you have to make, and that's okay. And it's a new mindset to plan and budget and think ahead and all those things, but that's okay. You can do this. You can break the cycle. God cares about our finances, and He's got this under control. You just have to trust Him. He's given us guidelines and examples to follow. So just, she was prepared. Pinpoint some areas, some things, and sometimes we as women don't see it. It's just the routine. It's just what we do. We go grocery shopping. We, all these things. Maybe it's Sunday night and you're getting ready for school and your oldest says, I don't have any socks. I know it's 8 o'clock and all, but I don't have socks for school. I need to do laundry right now. And the first thing you think of is, why didn't you tell me this Friday? Why didn't you tell me this Saturday? Why didn't you tell me this 5 hours ago when I could be ready instead of trying to get everybody in bed? So now I have to wash it and I have to dry it. So now it's going to be 11 o'clock before I can get in bed because I have to do your laundry. Thanks. I get it. Those things happen. And sometimes it's just a mistake. We're busy. We forget. But as a general rule of thumb is to be prepared. So look at things in your life that are frustrating, things that you feel like, I just can't get ahead. I can't figure this out. Once again, I've forgotten this. I don't have this for this task or whatever. And think of things that you can do. If it's finances, then ask your husband, what do you think we can do about this? Or do you think this is okay? Do you see something that we're not prepared on that we should do? And take it, speak to each other about it, try to make a plan, go to those resources for financial planning if you need to. Maybe it's just time. Maybe it's Sunday evening and I don't have anything for lunch for the kids all week. If your kids go to school and now you don't have things for lunches and I don't know when I'm going to go grocery shopping. Ask him, let's pick out a time when we can go grocery shopping. You, me, we, us, whatever it takes. We got to get some food. And just try to be prepared. Sunday's coming. If you're in church on Sunday, it's going to be a little busier. School and work start on Monday. That doesn't change. So Saturday, maybe let's look and make sure we're prepared rather than trying to do everything on Sunday. You make sure all the laundry's done Saturday and, whatever that looks like for you, but try to be prepared. It's going to take a while to get that new routine and to figure out stuff. But once you get it and, recruit your kids to help. They can clean their room. They can do their laundry. They can help with chores. They can, help make lunches and stuff like that for Monday. Or, whatever, especially in the evenings. Recruit them to help teach and train them how to do those things. I know for us moms, it is so hard. I struggle with this just as much. So I'm definitely not saying I have the perfect chore chart and I have it all together. I don't. But I know that I have to teach my kids. I have to show them how to do things, how to clean the toilet, all these things. And now that's one less thing that I don't have to do. I can focus that time and energy on something else. So
I can clean the toilet and the sink.
Thank you. So I hope that this is just a help, an encouragement, and a reminder to be prepared. Summer comes and our schedules get crazy. We don't have all the same responsibilities. And now we're just starting school back and we're just like, man, we just gotta find that routine, right? So remember that these simple things, we have to grab back onto these, being prepared, having things done before Monday. So talk to your spouse, take these things to the Lord and ask him to help you, give you wisdom on how to correct them. And he will. We just have to trust him with the details. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. And if this has been a help to you, then remember to subscribe, like, and share. And I will see you next time.